Ever since I was little, I've had a passion for walking. Over the years, I've managed to discover some of the most beautiful and memorable parts of our wonderful country. I've been lucky enough to visit so many magical places, and now I'd love to share them with you. In this series, I'm taking you off to explore some of my favourite walks for all the family. Each one offers a manageable morning or afternoon stroll, gorgeous views, and a well-earned treat of a pub lunch or a picnic. So pull on your boots and join me, Julia Bradbury, on my best walks with a view.
This week we're on the beautiful island of Anglesey in North Wales for a coastal walk that's full of surprises, and Snowdonia for company along the way.
This unique 15-mile stretch separates mainland North Wales from the island of Anglesey. And today it's going to play a starring role on our trek.
I know what you're thinking, it's a walk. Why is she on a boat? I'm just getting my bearings. We're heading in that direction.
And our coastal walk offers some dramatic views of World Heritage Site Carnarvon Castle, as well as spectacular glimpses of Snowdonia and the Llyn Peninsula.
And on this walk we'll be finding out why President Obama and Prince William and Kate prize it too.
My helpful boatman is dropping me off at a handy slipway on this 200-kilometre long coastal path that stretches right around this lovely island.
Have a wonderful walk.
Thank you. And now let's take a look at the very pretty route ahead.
We head out from the Conservation Sea Zoo at Barras, starting on the beach walk along Anglesey's coast path, taking in views of Snowdonia and Carnarvon Castle before turning inland. Across the green fields just beyond the shore, we arrive at the stunning giant stepping stones that get us across the River Bryant. We then pass the fields and sand dunes where the first ever Land Rover was developed 70 years ago. We take a tasty break at the Marram Grass Cafe, and passing the pine forest, we emerge onto the mile-long beach and peninsula of Llanwyn Island, home of Wales's own St Valentine, with spectacular, breathtaking views across the bay to the Llyn Peninsula. A magnificent 4-hour walk.
The great thing about the Anglesey Coastal Walk is that you can pick and choose a start point, depending on how far you feel like walking.
But for me, I recommend a nice 6-mile stretch, starting on the beach path here near the wonderful Conservation Sea Zoo.
One of the lovely things about this coastal path is that it feels as if you're walking shoulder to shoulder with the mountains. Snowdon's just over there.
What's striking about the Menai Straits is its richness of wildlife. I've already spotted herons, oyster catchers and curlews. And Anglesey has equally abundant sea life. I'm meeting Jess from the Sea Zoo Conservation Centre, where they nurture baby lobsters and seahorses to release them back into the wild.
We raise them in captivity, and then when they get to roughly this age, a couple of months old, we'll release them back into the wild, so hopefully they can live out their natural life and hopefully breed themselves.
If they make it, how old can they live to be?
They can make it roughly to about 45 to 70 years old.
That's pretty good. What's the whole project trying to achieve?
Basically, these guys were overfished, so by rearing them up and then releasing them back into the wild, hopefully numbers will obviously then improve. We've noticed that numbers have increased since we've started it.
So you're nurturing them, you're building up their strength, and then it's time for release.
And then it's time for release, yes.
Shall we release these ones then?
Yeah, sure.
Come on then.
Take a walk.
Come along, little guys.
Basically,
okay, let's go. Come on, Lazarus.
Ah, you named him?
Yeah.
No, you can't do that.
Why not?
You gotta, by naming him, you've just jinxed him.
No!
Yeah!
Go on, Laz. Oh no, he's gone back in. Come on. There we go, he's gone.
Gone?
He's gone. Good speed. 2 more released in the wild.
Oh, fingers crossed to them, yeah?
Thanks a lot, Jess, that's
No
great.
worries, take care.
Good luck with the rest of the project.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Round here, the sea's a real way of life. Just over there is a salt factory making the purest Anglesey sea salt, by drawing in fresh Menai seawater.
And this is the pipe that pumps in the water that they get the salt from. And they have to pay the Queen to do it.
Anyway, it's paid off, as in 2014, Anglesey sea salt joined the likes of Champagne and Parma ham, earning protected origin status. What about that?
And guess what the most powerful man in the Western world likes sprinkled on his chocolate? Anglesey sea salt.
President Obama's obviously got very good taste. Just along my route, there's another vital industry that thrives off the Menai Straits, the mussel pickers. I'm meeting Sean, who runs a locally renowned oyster and mussel company here.
That looks like it keeps you fit and healthy.
It certainly does. I think that's weighing about nearly 50 kilos, that.
But you have got big machines as well.
Yes, yeah, that's why they go into these boxes, you see. Obviously, we hand pick, so that's the extent of our physical exercise on a day, and then we let the machines take over there, just to avoid that breaking of the back.
Where do they go, your mussels?
They're all UK.
Right, so none are sold abroad?
No. You should, on your travels today, pass places that actually sell my mussels.
Ah. Well, I'll definitely have a little taste then. What makes these mussels so special?
I wish I could say it was me, but it's the water they're grown in. The Menai Strait has this fantastic flow with an abundance of food, and that imparts the lovely sweet flavour to the mussels.
And is that their distinctiveness, these ones?
Well, yes, yeah, that's the one, yeah. They don't grow particularly big, but they are very flavoursome.
You see, I like a small mussel myself. I don't like a big chewy mussel.
No.
I'll let you get on. I know you've got lots to do. Do you like mussels?
I do actually like mussels. The only thing is I don't eat them that often anymore. I introduced my wife to mussels, she loved them, and then we were musselled every day of the week practically, to the point of I can't even look at them anymore. So
I'll let you get on with it, and I look forward to tasting them later.
Well,
Thanks,
okay, yeah, okay, thanks, bye-bye.
This place is full of surprises. There's another one, a World Heritage Site, Carnarvon Castle.
Now this really is a castle and a half. The town of Carnarvon was founded by Edward I in the 13th century, when he built one of Wales's most famous castles. Known locally as Coffee, today Carnarvon is the Welsh-speaking capital of the world.
The thing is, around here, Welsh is a living language. Now, my mum was born in Wales, so you'd think I might have an affinity with the language, but no. It's just such a difficult language. There's a town a few miles from here which has the longest name in Europe. It's made up of 58 letters, including a quadruple L.
The town's existed on the Menai Straits since before Roman times, but changed its name in the 19th century as a gimmick to become a tourist attraction.
That's just silly. It's a very peaceful stretch of the walk just here, but it's time for me to head inland to find Love Island, where a certain young royal couple set up home. I'm a couple of miles into my coastal walk now, and I'm heading inland, leaving the Menai Straits behind me. Still got a pretty good view of Snowdonia, though.
The coastal path moves across the floodplain, giving way to green fields as I wind my way towards the glistening River Bryant, with the Llyn Peninsula off in the distance. There's a fun way to cross the water here, but you have to get your tide times right.
Well, I've arrived at the right time to cross over using these stepping stones. You've got to watch the tides around here. Fine slabs of stone. This little cottage is interesting. It was the holiday home of Maurice Wilks, and Maurice Wilks was the inventor of the Land Rover. In fact, these fields all around me were the first testing grounds for the Land Rover. Its birthplace, in essence.
So 70 years ago, the first prototype was developed here and then launched in 1948, going on to sell more than 2 million Land Rovers. When Maurice Wilks died, he was buried in a nearby church because he loved the area. I'm meeting Chris, who runs Anglesey's Motor Museum. He's got some great local knowledge on this amazing story.
Come and take a seat.
She's very lovely, Chris. What's this,
She's-
Series 1?
It's a Series 1, yeah, 1955.
It's incredible to think that this is the place where Land Rover was born. I mean, people will be surprised by that.
Yeah, well, I think it was, I mean, originally it was, they wanted a utility vehicle, was why for Rover, that was the whole idea for them. And here, I suppose you've got the fantastic land for testing out one of the earlier 4x4s. You know,
And the important man, Morris.
Mr. Morris Wilkes, yeah, who again chose the area, obviously with his family home just around the corner here.
And there are all sorts of stories about him around here, aren't there? People seeing him driving around, crashing.
My father-in-law, a friend of his, Gwilym Park, who's passed away sadly a few years ago now, but as a lad he must have been 10 or 11 years age, I suppose, and they used to watch him testing the early Land Rovers on the field around here, and whether it's true or not, but they say that they witnessed him sort of rolling it on the odd occasion, you know, but I suppose you've got to see how far they go if you're having a prototype to see where it goes. So yeah, I think that's why it's grown in the hearts of many local people, because it was something that he chose and thought it was a fantastic area for doing it, and the local people have kind of supported him over the years, and it's become a bit of a myth and a kind of, you know, it's Wales, it's Anglesey, the land of the Land Rover, and it's good and we all love it.
What happened to the prototype? Have you got it in your museum?
I wish. Yeah, that would be nice. I don't think we could afford a prototype if there was one now anyway. There are these myths of it being buried out in the sand somewhere here. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but it could well be.
I'll keep an eye out.
Yes,
I'll take a spade.
Oh, just an idea, but you know, you've been doing plenty of walking. Do you fancy a spin?
How can I resist? And we're off. Good turning circle. Am I going to make it?
You might.
I do. It's a landy.
There goes off-road.
Oh, they're going to love me.
There we go. That's a big ditch. You don't want to go there.
Okay, the old landy takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's such a thrill to be driving it round here in the wheel tracks of its inventor.
Am I in?
There you go. Now, sometimes you might have to double the clutch.
Wow, what a treat! After all that excitement, it's time for an ice cuppa and something tasty. So I'm popping in here to the Marramgrass Cafe. It's on the coastal path in a lovely little caravan site. But don't be fooled by what looks like a tin shed. This place has just swooped into the Good Food Guide, thanks to three dynamic brothers from Liverpool.
You must be brother number 3.
I am.
Look at them.
Like Scouse food beetles, they've turned this from a greasy spoon cafe to a gourmet restaurant in just a few years. It's all down to the passion of chirpy chef Ellis and his business brain older brother Liam, while youngest brother Connor serves up the delicious food.
Superb.
I'm going to have to stack this.
Go on, have a go. I can see people who made it. It's a Good Food Guide, I have to say. It is absolutely delicious. When did you become interested in food and becoming a chef and cooking?
From the age of 8, well, we were both cooking in the house with me.
What about your mum? She wasn't a good cook?
Well, this was it. I think she was good. She trained us into cooking, so she didn't have to. I think.
Clever mum. When did you get the news that you were in the Good Food Guide? How did you get the news?
It was really out the blue for us as well. We weren't expecting it. We didn't know anyone had been in, and it was nice. It was a good feeling, actually.
And how important are the walkers to you?
It's perfect. We're right on the coastal path, so it just loops in a little bit. So have you been down to the stepping stones
Yes,
yet?
yeah, just come from there.
They're just down the road here, and then people are walking past and they see our little shed and they get dragged in, don't they? It's by the smells more than the looks of things.
Well, the best thing about Anglesey is not only the food now, but it is the walks available, and the coastal path has done wonders for the tourism trade for Anglesey.
Earlier today, I met one of your suppliers, actually, Muscleman Sean.
Sean Mussels, Mussely Sean.
Mussely Sean.
Yeah, mostly as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We get great produce off Sean, his oysters, his mussels, and he's really passionate about what he does. And I swear he hand polishes them. They're really sweet. They're probably smaller than your generic mussel, but they pack much more meatier. Once you've finished your walk, I'll catch up with you on the beach and cook you up the bestseller.
Lovely. I look forward to that. Oh, that's something to look forward to.
Those foodie brothers just love it round here, and I can't wait to taste their juicy mussels later. Now as I head towards the last third of my walk, we go through the famous Marham grasslands and Newborough pine forest, emerging at these glorious sand dunes near Llanwyn Beach.
The sun is out for this little climb. Nothing like a bit of sand to make things a bit tougher. Oh, look at that. That is a sea view and a half. The mouth of the Menai is in that direction. And then you've got Snowdon right behind it. And this incredible mountain range just framing what can only be described as a beautiful, beautiful picture. Wow. And that's where we're going. That is Love Island. Couldn't resist. Oh, that water's so fresh. Perfect for walkers' feet. Lush. Absolutely lush.
This looks more like the South Island of New Zealand. And believe it or not, these ancient basalt lava rocks have actually come from there in an extraordinary geological drift.
So I'm having a rest on these lava pillows. Not very comfortable. They've come all the way from New Zealand. From New Zealand to Wales. It's taken them 550 million years, but it's still an impressive journey.
Now, around these rocks here, I want to show you a little surprise. The first newlywed home of royal couple Prince William and Kate.
And that is where they lived while Prince William was working for the RAF Search and Rescue, overlooking Love Island. And apparently they were regular visitors.
The Prince was a helicopter pilot here, but the couple had direct views onto what is known as Love Island. This is the home of Wales's own St Valentine, and although it's actually a short peninsula, Llanwyn Island only becomes one at high tide.
That is a lovely little view. How gorgeous is that? There's the church, the ruins there.
This was the home of Wales's own patron saint of lovers. I'm meeting the local warden, Graham Williams, to find out more about this Welsh Valentine.
So tell me about your patron saint of lovers then. Who was this woman?
Well, Saint Dwynwen was a saint in the 5th century, way back, just after the Romans had left Britain. And she was the daughter of Brychan Brycheiniog, the king of Brycheiniog in southern Wales today. Now, she was betrothed in marriage to a man, but she fell in love with a prince called Merlin de Botterich.
That old story.
Exactly. But he was anchored, completely anchored by the fact that she was betrothed to another. He was angry and he attacked her, unfortunately.
Oh, poor love, it wasn't her fault.
No, it was her father's fault actually, wasn't it? Dwynwen was upset and she fled into an oak woodland somewhere in central Wales and made her way up here to north. Following that, she would be forever in service for all the lovers in Wales. This church we're in today is a 13th century church which was built in her honour and to serve, if you like, pilgrims who came from afar here to Llanwyn to visit her shrine here on Llanwyn. So hence she became the patron saint of lovers of Wales.
And the myth has lived on. And you have your own St Valentine's Day, celebrated on a different day entirely to the rest of the UK.
We do, it's called Diwrnod Santes Dwynwen, which is St Dwynwen's Day, which is celebrated every year on the 25th of January.
So everybody sends cards, flowers, comes for romantic walks.
Yes, and go out for a meal. Exactly the same, but it's much easier to get a table in the restaurant.
Yeah, unless you're Prince William and Kate, of course. I guess they never had a problem getting a table anywhere.
I think William preferred actually a kebab.
Really?
Yeah, from the local story that he actually went to a kebab shop in Holyhead. Yeah.
How romantic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Graham. I'll see you on the 25th of January,
All right,
yeah?
okay,
It's a date?
will do. Yeah, will do. All right,
All right,
thank
see
you. Thanks.
Bye.
So even centuries back, pilgrims made this journey. It's as though there have always been walkers coming to this beautiful island. What a satisfying end it must have been for them to finally get here. And now this is the final few steps of my walk. I'm nearly there.
This really is just a magical walk. Clearly people have been falling in love with this place for centuries. From pilgrims to star-crossed lovers, Romans to royals, and this is the reason why. Still haven't found that Land Rover though. But I did manage to find 3 very handsome brothers. And one of them was a really good cook. Hello boys!
And down there in Pilot's Cove are the Barry brothers, rustling up some of Sean's lovely fresh mussels. Could a walk end in a better way?
Let's taste these famous mussels. Small and...
Sweet. The juice. We're getting the sauce, that's the key.
Yeah. Not lying. Oh yes. I think this is probably the best end of walk snack I've ever had.